Shubhodaya. Good morning, all. So, last week we talked about in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, in the second chapter of Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it talks about when the impurities are removed by the practice of limbs of yoga, the light within shines out. Yoganga Anusthana Ashuddhikshaye Jnanadiptira Vivekakyate. The light of knowledge shines out. We need not have to light up the light. Light is already there, but it is covered with various impurities. Impurities are covered. It's physical impurities, mental impurities, and spiritual impurities. And impurities in Bhagavad Gita in the third chapter in the Karma Yoga, it's chapter 3:38. We will say together. It says, Dhumena avruto vanhihi yata adarsho malena cha yata ulbhena avrutto garbhastatat teneda avrutam. It's impurities. Dhumena avruto vanhihi. It's some impurities are very light. It's called as sattvic impurities. Sattvic impurities is like a smoke is there, small breeze of air, smoke is removed, that we can see the flame. It's one small smoke is there, with the breeze it is gone. Dhumena avruto vanhi yatha adarsho malena cha. Second type of impurities, it's in front of mirror I am standing, I can't see my reflection because it's covered with dust. I have gone on holiday for 2 months. When I come back, my reflection is not reflected because dust is covered. So my physical effort with it's a waste cloth, I am wipe off, physically do that one, then I can see the reflection. Second type of impurities, bit more effort is required. It is called as it's adarsha. Adarsha means I can't see that one. And through the mirror, wiping that one, it is called as rajasic impurities. Then third one is yatha ulbhena avritto garbha. Ulbhena, that sac in the womb, that sac is there. Baby is wrapped in the sac. It's in the womb is there. Whatever you do, it cannot take off the sac. You have to wait for a certain time. Then only it can come out. That's it's only the time. With the time only, it has to take off the impurities. It's called as tamasic impurities. It's so is that impurities are covered is in the three ways. One is light impurities, one is a bit effort is required, and other one only the time. With the time alone, you can take off that impurities. And some people, it's with a small trigger, they get awakened. Some people, they requires bit of cajoling, and they take up something. And others, that however you do that, you tell them, they won't change their ways. Only the time will change that one. And Patanjali says it's when the impurities are removed, the light within shines out. And the limbs of yoga, Patanjali talks about, there are the 8 limbs of yoga. It's Ashtanga yoga. It's called as Ashtanga yoga. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. These are 8 limbs of yoga. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. They call it as Bahiranga Sadhana. It's a practice for with effort, with the outward practice. And Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi is called as Antaranga Sadhana. Within you are doing that one. It's Yama and Niyama. That it's most of the yoga schools, they go directly into the asana. Asana is the third step of Ashtanga yoga. It's like a 8-story building. In the 8-story building, it's like going into that third story directly without going through the first and second floor. And it says we had to go through the first floor, we had to go through the second floor to reach the third floor. And it's Yama and Niyama lays the ground rules for for the yoga practice. We have to observe some ground rules so that we will be successful in yoga. And for example, if I enroll for a soccer club, there will be a orientation time. They will say that these are the ground rules. You have to obey the ground rules. Then only you can play the game. Or if I am playing a cricket, they will say, these are the ground rules, you have to obey by that one, then only you can play the game. So is in yoga, the ground rules are laid called as yama and niyama. They lays the ground rule, you have to observe these ones, then only you are qualified, you are eligible, you are adhikari to practice yoga. The ground rules, yama and niyama. It's a yama is called as rules when I am dealing with the people outside. What are the disciplines I have to observe? That is called as yama. And niyamas are the rules. What are the rules I have to apply onto myself? To do the sadhana. They are called as niyama. Yama, it's 5 in number. Niyama 5 in number. Altogether 10. It's a 10. It's a disciplines. What are the 10 disciplines? It's in yama that when we are dealing with the outer people, it's called as ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, and aparigraha. Ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. These are the 5 rules. And the niyamas, shaucha, santosha, tapas, swadhyaya, and ishvara pranidhana. These are the niyamas we have to observe. We will cover those ones. And in Bhagavad Gita in the 13th chapter, it talks about, Patanjali talks about, it's a 10-point program, whereas Bhagavad Gita in the 13th chapter, Shri Krishna talks about 20-point program. We will learn together. It's a Shri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, it talks about, it's a 20-point program and a 10-point program in Patanjali. We will learn in parallel. In the 13th chapter, we will repeat those ones that these are the disciplines we have to observe to be successful in the spiritual practice. Shri Krishna talks about in the 13th chapter, and we will repeat the mantra shlokas from seven. From 7, we'll talk about Amanitvam adambitvam ahimsa kshanti arjavam acharyo upasanam shaucham stairyam atma vinigraha indriyartheshu vairagya अनहंकार एव च जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि दुःख दोषानुदर्शनम् असक्ति अनभिष्वङ्गा पुत्रधारा गृहादिषु नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम् इष्ट अनिष्टो उपपत्तिषु मयि चानन्ययोगेन भक्तिरव्या अभिचारिणी विविक्तदेशसेवित्वम् अरति जनसंसदि अध्यात्मज्ञाननित्यत्वम् तत्त्वज्ञानार्थदर्शनम् एतज्ज्ञानम् इति प्रोक्तम् अज्ञानं यततो अन्यथा. These 20 points Shri Krishna talks about. These are the path of knowledge. Whatever else is called as ajnana. These are the 20 points. If you follow these 20 principles, it's a benchmark. If you are following these ones, definitely you are in the path of knowledge, and rest, everything is ignorance. Shri Krishna talks about that one. And one of them in niyama is called as same niyama, it comes here, that shaucha is purity. It's here also shaucha comes, and we'll run in parallel. Shaucha, purity It's a Patanjali, we started off that one. When the impurities are removed, light comes out, light within shines out. Purity is about 7 years back when I was teaching in in a Gurukul in India. The kitchen was very, for a student kitchen, that it was very untidy and not clean. And I talked to the principal, I talked to the students, you have to maintain the campus very neatly, then only you can study well. And students took it very seriously. Then on, they themselves started taking the mop and cleaning the kitchen, looking after the campus. And now it is very tidy. And this year, Indian Prime Minister, he launched a program, Swachh Bharat, clean the whole country. And one of the students, he emailed me that whatever you talked me about 8 years, now I know that what Prime Minister is talking about. Thank you for initiating that one. And students themselves took upon that. They raised money and they painted the whole. All the new buildings that paints were. They had taken a personal interest to look after the campus. It's a Swachha. It's a purity. That purity. It talks about when the purity should start from within. Think pure, always think pure, think positive, and be associated always with the positive people. If you don't associate with the people of the negative nature. If they are negative, they pull you down. It's a success to purity is think positive, always associate, make friends with some people of positive nature. And Patanjali, again in the first chapter, Yoga Sutra, it says, Maitri, Karuna, Muditata, Upekshana. Always make sure that who are your friends. Your friends should be always of positive nature. Develop friendship with the people who are always happy, who are always joyful, who have positive outlook in their life. They should be your friends. Do not mix with anyone and whoever you come across. Be very choosy, because your time is very precious. They can uplift you or pull you down. Your time is precious. Select who is your friend. Do not for every weekend, do not associate with somebody for passing the time. Your time is very precious. Associate only with those people. Uplift yourself. Take energy from others and give energy to others. It's a shaucha, when the purity of the thinking comes, and the surrounding also gets purified. It's a shaucha and santosha. Santosha in the Patanjali and Bhagavad Gita in this chapter also comes. Always be happy. It's a purity with that one. Happy, be happy. It is said our happiness is the difference between what are our needs. If I have huge needs, wants are infinite, but my ability to achieve my wants is very limited. The difference means my dissatisfaction is very high. Reduce your needs, curb your needs, be satisfied with whatever you have. Whatever, do not compare with others. That person has a 100-inch TV or LCD TV or Mercedes Benz or new car has what is that? American car has come. What is that? Tesla has come, $90,000, and do not compare. That whatever you have, be satisfied. That curb your needs, and when the difference becomes less, you are satisfied. Otherwise, if the wants are very high and what you have is little, always you are complaining, always you are grumbling. One of the key points to success in yoga is to be happy, be contented. That's the santosha. We'll cover the other ones next week. Lie down on your back.